Hello and welcome to today's episode of Tsarp. I'm your host, Andrew Weir, and today is the 130th episode, and our co-host is Steven.
30 is such a nice number.
I know, we're only 20 away from the 150th. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the 50th just happened. Like, I remember sitting there with Mr. Farrar and doing that interview, and then the dev interview, and we're almost to 150 already, so that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. I wonder if we'll hit it before the end of the year. I don't know. I guess I'll count later. I can't do it now, but I'll count if we'll make it to 150 before the end of the year, or we'll just barely not make it. I wonder. Oh, then we can't really post anything during summer because then what if we hit 150 during summer? No one's gonna really watch. I don't know. We'll have to work it out. One theory or one idea I did have was we could do like live streams during summer. Like, I don't know, like making games or how we make games or playing other people's games or, stuff. I don't know. We would have to come up with ideas. If anyone has ideas, you can share that with us
Yep.
on Kidoyo or Twitter. But yeah, that was my idea. I know, Steven, you also thought that live streams would be cool. But you had another idea, right, too?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say what if we played games ourselves, like an actual game? Like,
Mm.
I don't know. Play Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare on live.
Yeah, I mean, we love to play games. We love to make games. We had a idea a long time ago, like, what if we make a Tsarp gaming channel? The problem lies in that when you're playing a game you didn't make and it's not really educational, we don't want to have people be like, "Oh, Tsarp coding, this is really cool," and then lose teachers or administrators or anyone's trust because oh, now they're just playing games. So I like to keep tsarp with coding and stuff, and maybe we could make a totally separate thing under a different name about coding and mention it here and there. I mean, about gaming, not coding. Mention it here and there, but I like to keep tsarp coding. But that was a really
Yeah.
cool idea, Steven. So yeah, today Code LI was pretty busy. Actually, there was a long thread that I started on what the new library in the Python 3 editor might be. By the way, that's happening tomorrow. The new library is coming out, most likely in preparation for Friday's hackathon. Friday's hackathon is going to be awesome. That's the high school hackathon. Today is hackathon eve. Can't wait for that. But yeah, so I started this thread just wondering if anyone had ideas, and it turned into a very long, I believe 27 comment long thread about file and project collaboration. And originally it started with someone from the high school, Hapag High School, saying, I wish there was a collaboration feature on projects and files. And then
Yeah.
Dev was like, yeah, well,
Can't
and
really
gave
do
a
that.
bunch of reasons. Yeah, reasons that they were there. He said that it's always a topic that goes back and forth and back and forth, and they're always trying to, decide if they should or shouldn't. And it seems like they always land on, let's not do it, at least for now. But it was a very long thread. If you would like to read it, I will link it below. You have to be in Code LI though. But yeah, so it was pretty interesting to read through. But to sum it up, it was all about collaboration on projects, working together with other people. I chimed in at one point and said maybe it could be a GitHub type thing where you don't really code on the same file at the same time, but you could still all work on the same project together. Same thing Dev said though, version control and open source, and it kind of brings its own set of problems along. But Kidoyo's always working to figure out the best solution for things, and I feel like one day we might have something like that, a collaboration feature. But right now they're focusing on what is most important, which is the hackathons and just getting the Python 3 editor out of beta and working on the tasks straight ahead of them. But yeah, so that was a very interesting thread. I'll link it below. I recommend you read it because it was pretty cool. So the
I think it.
CDP. Oh, go ahead.
I think it's funny that Dev kind of asked you from. I mean, Dev kind of asked you to add on to the argument. He was like, "Have anything to add?" and then he added you.
Yeah, well, because I had started, it was just me and the high school student speaking, and then he replied to the high school student and like he CC'd me, which is funny because like it's Cadelio, so he just wrote CC at the coding kid. Basically, that's when I said that maybe there could be like a GimKit feature, not GimKit, wow, a GitHub feature. And that was really the last thing I said because they were just talking in very advanced terms and kind of losing me a bit. But yeah, so I mean, Dev always says really interesting things and things that kind of lose me. But I try to stay with it. But sometimes I start to lose what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Hackathon Eve, like I said, that means the CDPs are due tomorrow. If you don't know, CDP means Capital Defense Project. That's the only game project artwork you can make before the hackathon actually starts. Once the hackathon starts, you can make anything you need, but you can't take code from days before. You can't make programs and then just take that code on the day of and submit it, or take a whole project and submit it, or remix it and submit it. Everything on the day of the hackathon needs to be original besides your capital defense project. You can make that a few days before. So that is due tomorrow, 9 a.m. I don't really think we'll get to see any since we're not in that hackathon. But
Sadly.
maybe somehow one floats our way, and we'll look at it. But it would be cool to see that. But it doesn't look like we'll get those.
Yeah.
Also, the Tsarp stickers have arrived. The lighter version with the background, I got them today, and it's funny because we thought like the original file would be perfect, and it kind of was, but it was a little dark. So I got an even lighter one, and I sent it through, and that one even looks kind of dark. So they must just like the way they print them or something. But the new one looks perfect, I think it really works. The old one, now looking at it, looked perfectly fine too. So yeah, so the people that will probably get them, or definitely get them, is Melora, Dev, probably Trish if she wants one. Any mentor that really wants them, I'll send them with Mr. Ferrara to the hackathon so we can give them to Melora. A bunch extra, so if any mentor wants them, they're there. I don't really know if they would or really cared, but just in case, we'll send some along. Also, Sam, Steven, both have one. Our Mr. Ferrara, Miss Thompson, our teachers, our hackathon coaches, they have them. If you go to Hopog and you want one, just come to me and ask. As long as I have enough. After I send them with Mr. Ferrara to the hackathon and get those back and know how many I lost, then I can figure out if I have enough to give you. I mean, I have like 25 or something. And besides Sam, Steven, you already have one, I already have one. So, and the mentors will have enough. So besides that, who really needs them? So I'll have some extra in case you want one. So yeah, I mean, every time I get a new order, I just want to order another, because the deal is $1 for 10 stickers. So if you order $10 worth, you can have 100 stickers. And I only ordered $2 worth, and I don't even know what I'm doing with them. So yeah, I was thinking, like, what other things could we order? Steven made the Steampunk Eric ones. Those were awesome. Yeah, so if you guys have any ideas for other stickers we could make, send them along on CodeLI or on Twitter. But yeah. Also, In Brackets is on its second day of round 2 voting. It's gonna end... Oh, wait, it ends tomorrow at midnight. Or...
Oh, that's not good.
Wait, tomorrow? Yeah, I believe tomorrow at midnight. Yeah, tomorrow at midnight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. And then it moves on to the next round, and that's round 3. So only 2 people will be in that round. That's the final round, and whoever wins that is the In Brackets 10 winner. Can't believe we've had 10 In Brackets already. If you don't know what In Brackets is, it's a game jam that Hopog runs pretty much every month. And yeah, it started last year, and I've participated in every single one. I have the participation badge for every single one, and only have the winning badge for one. Though I'm not allowed to win, because technically I can rig it, because I run the website. So I can't win anymore. So my one golden badge is all I'll ever have, most likely. But I participate in all of them, so I have all the participation badges. Because they're like collectibles. After the in brackets happens, you can't get them anymore. So yeah.
You know what the sad part is?
What?
There's only 2 out of the 10 I haven't participated in. I still don't have a winning one.
Oh, that's sad. Hopefully, I mean, this could be your time. You made it to the second round.
Which is not often.
No, it's hard to even make it because what we do in the first round is normally, I believe this time we got 12 submissions and we cut that down to 4. So if you make it to the second round, it's actually pretty good. I remember, what was the most we had? We had like 16 for Snow Day? Maybe
I
like,
think so.
yeah, 16. And then the next round, I believe, was 4. So yeah, so sometimes, like, it's very easy to get knocked out first round. So if you make it to second, that's an accomplishment on its own. So, thank you all for listening to today's episode, and we will see you tomorrow on Hackathon Eve. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.